Hello again. We are now ready to do the demonstration part of this so that all of you potential sound healers will know what you're aiming toward. And this is what I call a typical sound healing session. And we'll be beginning with an interview with Mischa and then doing some saging to set up our sacred space and then moving right into the session itself. So, Mischa, this is where you get to shine. I'd like to just talk to you just very casually. There's a lot of different ways to interview, but today I'm just going to use an old standby of mine, which is this wonderful little box here that I just draw a square on and divide into 4 basic segments. And one stands for the mental, another one stands for the physical, then we have the emotional, and the spiritual. All right. And not that we can categorize things, but sometimes it's helpful to compartmentalize a little bit just to simplify and kind of get a handle on things. So, if you were going to set some sort of goal for yourself in each of these areas, maybe 1 or 2 goals, it doesn't have to be just one. Well, tell me a little bit about mentally. Where are you on the mental field of things? What are you doing mentally these days?
Well, one of the ways that I know that I would really benefit is to have more time for just quiet reading, which is something that I gain so much pleasure from.
Okay.
It's about making space for that, really.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm going to put you to work a little bit.
Sure. It's about reading and so learning, it's about deepening what I already know so that I'm not just touching the surface of things superficially.
Okay,
So
good. All right, put that however you want to, just so that it'll trigger your memory when we get around to it, if we get around to it. We'll kind of see where we are at the end of this. So, if I hear you correctly, it's about deepening your reading so that you're not just working on the surface of things, that it's not artificial, but more in depth.
Yes.
All right? Did I hear you correctly? Any other mental goals?
Right now, that really is
That
the strongest
feels
one.
the strongest.
Yeah.
Okay, then move on to whatever, excuse me, strikes your fancy.
The physical piece is about really actively moving my body at least 3 or 4 times a week. I take walks almost every single day. I love that, but I want to dance. It's really dancing.
Okay, good. Dancing's great.
So can I just phrase it like the word?
Okay, yeah,
so
dancing, movement.
Awesome.
All right, great. And the next field?
So my spiritual practice, I weave in and out of daily ritual in the morning before I leave the house or before I even eat breakfast. And there are times when I'm extraordinarily dedicated to the practice, and then there are times when I'm not. And I notice that the times when I'm less dedicated are usually related to when life feels really scattered, and those are actually the times when I would benefit from the practice the most.
All right.
So it's about, I want to say it's about dedication.
Yeah.
And it's dedication it's about dedication, consistency, something
Right,
like that.
and I probably would use the word that not a lot of people like these days, but it's discipline. It's a discipline.
Discipline, that's, yes.
Yeah, it's showing up so that you're
Exactly.
actively doing the practice.
That's
right?
exactly.
Okay.
You really hit
That
the
does
nail on
it?
the head.
All
That's
right.
absolutely it.
Okay, and the last piece? Emotional.
Emotional.
Would you care to tell our viewers what you're in the midst of right now, Mischa?
Absolutely. My sweetheart and I are getting married in about 3 months. And so the last few months have been very full in terms of my wow, this is a really huge commitment to myself and to another person and to something that's bigger than us, our families and our who we are when we're together, capital We. It's a really fascinating exploration of a new way of knowing who I am in relationship. And right now things feel really good, but I do notice that I am still really amazed at how much love there is in my life, and I'm not fully embracing it to its capacity, fullest capacity. I'm really getting that.
All right, so what I'm hearing is that there's an emotional challenge here. And what does that have to do with this business of being loved or receiving love? Can you expound on that a little bit? What is your biggest challenge around that?
I mean, it must be like, am I worth it? How can I possibly, what's so great about me? There's so many amazing people in the world. Why me? When someone could choose any other energy or expression for their love. How come me? What's so great about me? So
All
yeah,
right.
that's really what that's about.
Okay, so it has to do with what's the